Hey everybody, this is Mike with the One Stop Co-op Shop, and today I'm playing a game from several years back, but it's one of my favorites. This is BattleCON, specifically the sort of dungeon crawl solo co-op mode in the Devastation of Indines set. And disclaimer that I got a review copy of this one. And if you like the content on the One Stop Co-op Shop, consider supporting us through Patreon. You get early access to our videos and exclusive videos every month you can't see anywhere else. You can also listen to our weekly podcast for reviews and design discussions, or join the conversation and say hi on our Discord. So Devastation of Indines comes with a whole bunch of extra modes, and one of the coolest ones that I have somehow never covered on the channel before, because when I initially covered the game, I just focused on my own variant solo mode, unofficial solo mode, is this BattleQuEST Dungeons mode for solo and multiplayer. And I'm playing through the most straightforward one, which is just a single character, a solo dungeon. There are also some where there are multiple players controlling characters, and some where you're playing solo, but you're tag teaming between people. But for this one, I'm doing Baroness Ancella's Crypt, and you get like a little story introduction here. Let me read this. Baroness Ancella lived centuries ago in the heart of Relicore. Ambitious and avaricious, she conquered much of Relicore with mercenary armies, pillaging the wealth of a nation. It's whispered that she sought secrets of the afterworld in a vain attempt at immortality, but only earned lasting infamy. Upon answering Tanis' request for adventurers, she asks you to retrieve Ancella's diary. As research for my latest play, the ghostly playwright says excitedly. You can keep any other treasure you find. I just need some help with understanding her motivation. And each of these is going to tell you how much gold you have to spend, which lets you go into this whole menu of consumable items and armor and weapons, and it's like tons of stuff. I'm going to keep this one very simple because some of these require you to like keep track of things, and you got to do it basically with a pen and paper because the game doesn't include tokens for most of his stuff, so you just got to kind of proxy your own thing. But again, I'm keeping it simple. I'm going to spend 50 of my 100 for steel armor, so I will start out with 40 life instead of 20, doubling my life, because the key thing of this mode is that you're generally not going to get to heal much. Like each combat you do is going to whittle down your life. And then I'm also taking a legendary weapon. I get to swap out one base in my kit for an almighty base. Because if you haven't seen BattleCon in action before, this is a 1v1 fighter in its main play. Again, not counting this mode I'm playing. And you have what are called bases. I have 5 of them up here and 2 of them down here that are discarded, that are out of play. So you've got 7 per character generally. 1 of them is unique to your character. I'll talk about who this is in a second. But the other 6 are consistent among pretty much every character in the game. And these are called bases because they're kind of the base, the core of your attack each round, because you're building a combo of 2 cards, 1 base and 1 style, and their stats together are going to determine what kind of attack you do against your enemies. So these are determining like what your range is and stuff. But anyway, I replaced my basic shot base, which is your longest range attack in the game, with a cannon, which has much longer range, 2 to 6 instead of 1 to 4, goes a little faster, has better guard, has some movement. And here's the big thing why I took it, because it's great for this mode, multi-attack. I hit every fighter inside the range individually, because usually when you do an attack that could theoretically include multiple people, only the first one in range gets hit, but here I could like blast a bunch of these zombies on the first floor altogether. And to keep things simpler, instead of using the life tokens, I borrowed a Dice Thrones spinner, so I've got 40 health right there. And before we get in, let's talk about my character. So I'm using Karen Brantfort. She is one of the many, many characters from Devastation of Indines, although this solo co-op mode supports characters from the other sets. And yeah, she is a intermediate difficulty, although I don't find her that tough. She's pretty straightforward. Her big thing is that she is a werewolf in human form right now, and her brother, Jaeger, is a werewolf in werewolf form, although he's got a jaunty hat here. Let me show you the little picture of them. There we go. That's her and her twin brother. And she's going to, on most rounds, be able to move him for free, and then a whole bunch of her styles will respond to where he is. Like if he's in a certain space, you can attack with him, or you get like a bonus if he's behind them, or on their space, or in front of them. So it makes the game a bit more interesting in terms of zoning with this character. And yeah, she's fun. I like her a lot. All right. So how the game actually goes is, if you've seen Exceed, which I've covered a billion times on the channel, there are some similarities here. BattleCon came first, and Exceed kind of developed out of that system. In Exceed, you can take an action on a turn to move. You can draw cards. You can do all this stuff. In BattleCon, it is just all attacks. Every single turn you are playing an attack. And like I said, you're picking 1 base, and you're picking 1 style. The styles are where most of your character powers are going to come from, and like special effects. effects, and they also have modifiers to your core stats, range being how far you attack, power being how hard you hit for, priority being how fast you are, whether you go before or after the enemies, and guard being how much power you can tank without getting stunned. Like if one of the zombies attacks me for 3 damage and I have only 2 guard and they went before me, I'm stunned and my entire attack doesn't happen. That's kind of the key idea of the game. And you're progressing in the mode through these dungeons. They'll usually have like little bonuses if you do things well. And each of the enemy types has their own thing. So here the zombies have 3 hit points. And I'm going to use these tokens with numbers 1 through 6 to randomize their actions each turn. Zombies who get a 1 through 3 are going to shamble. They're going to move 1 towards me. That B means before. They're going to advance 1 towards me. And then try to attack for 1 power at range 1. These match up with the cards. So if you're familiar with the game, it's pretty straightforward. Lunge, they're going to advance 2 and try to hit me. And bite is super fast, but it's only on a 6. So unless this one zombie right in my face gets that, I should be fine. So what I do is I pick my combo, and I could use the cannon, but right now it has 2 to 6 range, so 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It would only hit 2 zombies, which seems like maybe a little bit of a waste. I kind of think I'd rather kill this zombie right in front of me. But I also don't want to be bitten in case he gets that 1 lucky bite card. So I could do Burst. This base card has you retreat right at the start of what's called the beat, like the turn of combat, basically. It is pretty weak. It has some range, although you can't attack right next to you, and it's very slow. That's my worry, though, because if he gets the lunge ability, then he would charge me and hit me before I could do anything. So let's instead try a basic close range attack. Range 1, hit that zombie. 3 priority means that I will win, and you win ties, by the way, against enemies. I will hit him before he hits me on any result except a 6. But then I will be within 2 range if this guy charges up. Is there anything I can do with my style to get out of the way? I guess not. So I'm just going to use this one, coordinated. So it says the opponent enters Jaeger's space, chip 2. That means 2 damage, but it can't kill them. Armor 1, and stop the opponent's movement. And it's going to give me a 1 to 2 range. So the first number for the plus here is your minimum range, which is 1. And for your maximum range, which is also 1. So basically I can hit at range 1 to 2. 4 power, 3 priority, 5 guard. Let's see how that does for us. So in a competitive game, I would do that secretly. I would have put that face down. Now, additionally, I've got Force. You start with 2 and you get 1 every round, although you can get more through a few means, especially when you're almost dead. And you have what's called the anti-phase before you actually resolve the beat, before you actually resolve the attacks. And how it works is you can spend 2 Forced to do any of these. You can do speed up, which gives you plus 2 speed to plus 2 priority. Power up, which gives you plus 1 damage. Defense up, which gives you plus 2 guard to not be stunned. You can buy each of these once. It's called a limited ante, and it would cost 2 of my Force. I don't think I need them yet. We'll just see how the enemies do. But how it would work in competitive is you say whether you want to ante something, they say whether they want to ante something, and you go back and forth until both of you pass in a row, so you can kind of respond to what the enemies are doing. All right, so this guy got a 1, so good. He's going to be slow. This guy got a 3, ooh, so he's not advancing too far. That guy got the non-moving one, and that guy got the advancing 2 one. This actually works out great. So first to attack is our 6 guy. He has 6 priority. I have only, 3. So he tries to attack at range 1 for 4 damage. Nothing happens. He's done. Next, the lunge guy, who got a 4, has 3 priority. But so do I, so I go first. I will smack at range 1 for 4 power this zombie. He is dead. They have only 3 life. Okay, now this guy who is tied with me goes. He advances 2, and whenever you move, you skip over occupied spaces, so advancing means he goes towards me, and he just skipped over the other zombie. Now they're in range of my cannon. I'm liking this. And then he tries to attack at range 1 and can't. And finally, this last guy advances 1 and tries to attack and can't. So that worked out kind of as perfectly as I had hoped it would. Now, nobody entered Jaeger's space. This guy left it. That doesn't really count. I kind of knew that would happen. So we go on to the next round. And what happens during cleanup is you take the leftmost pair, because you start with 2 that are kind of out of play, and then you slide everything you just used to the left. So it's going to be 2 rounds before I get these back, although I think the zombies will be dead in 10 seconds, so that won't matter very much. And then at the end of each round for free, you get a Force. And additionally, my character, Karen, has this ability at the end of each beat. Optionally, if I'm not stunned, and I wasn't, I can shift Jaeger 1 to 2 spaces. And sure, let's get it right on this guy. All right, now this next round is going to be stupidly easy because I'm going to use a cannon. And what was the fastest? Well, they don't even move with the 6-speed thing, so I don't need to worry about anything since I'm out of range of them. So I'm using a cannon and, I don't know, something. Here we go. We'll do Blue Moon. So I'm going to have 2 to 7 range, 3 power, which is enough to kill them all, 5 priority, and 3 guard. And I hit all of them. Afterwards, I can advance or retreat 1. And if I'm hit and Jaeger is between us, which he's not, I would get 2 armor. I could teleport to Jaeger if I wanted to and swap with him. And I can get bonus damage if he's behind him. So lots of like fun abilities with the werewolf there. But here I'm just doing a giant cannon. And again, we don't really care what they get because they are not fast enough to do anything to me. That guy technically attacks first at range 1 for 0, and then the rest of them, we just Kamehameha and destroy them all. Just to remind you, this is not a card I would ever be using in a competitive game unless we were playing like one of the modes. That is something that I spent half of my starting money to buy. It's going to be not very useful at all against like the bosses and the bigger monsters later, where there's not a lot of them. But for rooms like this, where there's a whole bunch of weenie monsters, hey, that was great. All right, so we defeat the first floor. And you'll see that generally each floor has like some little side quest. For this one, it was complete the room in 5 beats or less to regain 3 life. Well, we didn't get hurt, and we definitely did it in faster than 5 beats, so no worries there. And now we go to A. Sometimes there's branching paths, but for this one, I'm going to fight 3 imps. And if I clear the beat in 4 beats, or the room in 4 beats or less, I regain 3 life, and then I'll go to B. And hey, they're just ready to be killed. Now, again, the mode is missing a lot of things you might like to have. So in this case, all they have are these zombie standees. So I'm just going to use zombies for everyone. And once we get to rooms where there are different types of enemies, no, we'll just figure it out. And after each battle, you reset everything. So like my force resets. I'm going to redo the cards I have available. Pretty much the only thing it doesn't reset is your health, but here I didn't get hurt at all. All right, what are our imps doing? Well, they have 3 hit points, so again, nice fodder for our cannon. Oh my gosh, they can go at 7 speed, and they defeat themselves immediately. They just bomb themselves to do 5 damage at range 1. Trick Knife ignores guard, so it's going to stun you even though it only does 1 damage, pretty fast, 4 priority at range 1 to 3. And then Rush Down, 50% of the tokens. It means they close 8. Close means you can't go past the opponent, whereas Advance, you could even jump past them. So they're basically just going to get right in my face and then attack me for 2 damage at priority 3. Well, ain't that lovely? Now, I could just do the cannon right away to get these 2. The only attack of the imps that it's not faster than is the imp bomb. So I'd have like a 1/6 chance that this imp would blow themselves up and stun me and ruin all my plans. Although here, I could use Howling as my style. So this is an interesting thing. So it says stun immunity, check range from Jaeger. So basically, Jaeger is doing the attack instead. I guess he can also Kamehameha from his mouth or something. If I hit and the opponent is on Jaeger, it's +2 power. Because you see, it gives a -1 to the minimum range. So if it was played on something like Strike, the range would become 0, which means Jaeger could literally hit an enemy on his spot. But the big thing is I have stun immunity, this shield. So no matter how much damage I might take, I cannot be stunned. So this should, if all my calculations are right, guarantee killing these 2 zombies. And I just gotta hope still that this guy doesn't attack me with the explosion, because I don't want to get hurt that much. All right, so we're doing that. No need to use force for extra speed or anything yet. And let's see what these imps are up to. Okay, good. That one did not do the explosion. And okay. Oh, and interesting. All right, so first is going to be the imp bomb guy. The D stands for damage. So if he doesn't hit me with the 5 damage, then nothing happens. He doesn't blow himself up for nothing. Okay, and then these guys are going slower than me. So Jaeger is shooting at range 1 to 6, and you have to pick one side or the other. So he can't like hit this guy and them since they're all technically within range 1 to 6. So even though this guy is actually going to hit me, I think the bonus from beating the floor quickly is going to heal it right back. So we'll have Jaeger just attack over there and defeat both of these guys with their 3 health. Go, Wolf. And then I can advance or retreat 1, but this imp's going to hit me regardless, so I think I'll advance over to here just to give me more options for movement next round. And then, yeah, this guy's doing Rush Down, so he closes up to 8, so he would have been able to get next to me no matter what. He's going to hit me for 2 damage, which does not stun me, which means I can still move my Wolf, and that's it. All right, so first blood goes to that guy, and I'll move Jaeger over to here. And to get a force, we go into another round. What do I want to do here? I mean, I know I want to kill him, but I want to kill him fast enough so that he can't get me with that thing. Well, here, Grasp is a 5 priority. If I spend 2 of my force to get +2 speed, that's already fast enough. Now, it's only doing 2 damage, and then I can push or pull the guy. Is there anything I can do? Oh, here we go. Duel. What does that do? Before, place Jaeger in an unoccupied space. Push or pull the opponent to Jaeger's space if they were on Jaeger before this move. Well, that's fine. That's good, because the key thing is I'm doing enough damage to hurt him. It's not messing anything else up. So I'm doing that. I'm going to spend 2 force to anti the speed up tile. So now I have 7 priority. Even if this guy gets the 1/6 chance to blow up, he's not going to actually hurt me. And nope, he didn't anyway, so well, I guess Jaeger has to teleport first, and the guy gets pulled to him, but he's still in range, and we kill him. And if we clear the room in 4 rounds or less, clearly we get 3 health back. Yay! Yeah, this is the easiest dungeon in the game, and I'm playing with a pretty powerful character, so good that I'm doing well, although things are going to get a lot nastier as we go forward. All right, let's keep on trucking. Whispering Room. If we clear this room in 5 beats or less, we go to room E, which I think shortens the amount of time it takes to the boss, or it might just send us on a different path. Otherwise, we go to row C. So we can't heal from this one. And we've got, oh man, we're surrounded by Dark Wisp. They still have 3 hit points. My cannon is still working. But they have this weird flicker ability. The exact range they hit is equal to the number on the token they draw. Now, they only hit for 2. It's only 3 priority. So they have, honestly, a pretty low chance of hitting you. They're kind of random. It might not be too bad. And we can still use our zombie friends since nothing else is going on. Now, interestingly, we start on Jaeger's space. And I should note that you don't have to use the same cards in your starting discard pile each game. You're free to kind of choose whichever things you want to use in general. Okay. So what if I just cannon these guys to the side and then dodge and then try to kill these guys one by one? That seems like it should work. And cannon's already fast enough, and I'm going to advance or retreat, which is actually great because I'll see where they're attacking. I can just, make doubly sure that I'm not going to be in range of them. And here, just to be extra careful, let's go ahead and use Full Moon. When I'm hit, armor 2 if Jaeger is between Karen and the opponent. So if I need to, I can retreat back here and have some armor from him blocking their wispy attack for me. All right, definitely don't need to anti anything. All right, now what we're looking at here is what range they have. So this guy's attacking at range 4. I don't want to be there. This guy's attacking at range 2. Okay, so I guess, okay, this will be fine. And then these guys are dead, but they're attacking at range 6 and 3. But their priority is 3. So cannon, dead. Cannon really does make these first few floors so simple. And then I can advance or retreat 1. Oh, I could have teleported to Jaeger. I'm already on him. That doesn't do anything. So I'm going to advance 1, because otherwise I would actually be hit by these guys. And then he tries to attack at range 4. He tries to attack at range 2. Nothing happening. And we go on to the next round. Now, I got to decide what I want to do here. Oh, I can move Jaeger. I have kind of a plan. I'm going to move him over here. And then what I want to do is burst, which again is that auto retreating one. So I'll have some nuanced control of where they are hitting. It is very slow, but that shouldn't matter. And then I think I'll just use the duel, not because I actually need to pull or push the opponents with Jaeger, but just because I don't like any of the other options. Okay, shouldn't need to do anything. I could spend 2 speed to get priority +2, so I'd go before them. But again, it shouldn't matter because I can just change where I'm going. All right, these guys are attacking at range 5. Definitely won't be that far away. And 6, geez. Okay, so start of the beat happens before even priority activations happen. So I have to retreat 1 to 2. If we go here, I can kill that guy. It's probably easier. So let's go there. Oh, I have to place Jaeger in an unoccupied space. Oh no, let's put him here. Doesn't really matter. Okay, and then I hit 1, 2, 3 range. This guy, I could not hit him because this is 2 to 3 range, so 1 doesn't apply. And then this Wisp tries to attack me range 6. And yeah, good job, Wisp. And then here, we don't really have to do anything else because I can just grasp the guy with +1 power and kill him immediately. So boom! All right, let's get to some more interesting stages. All right, so because we won on, I think, beat 3, we're going to E, which is the Filthy Ooze room. Okay, we have to clear the room in 10 beats or less to give monsters in the next room 3 fewer starting health. Nice. Okay, so we got another Wisp and a Wisp, but we finally got a tankier guy. The Vile Ooze. 14. Whenever you enter a space adjacent... Oh, crud. Dark Wisp cannot be hit by a player who moved during this beat. I mean, the cannon would have still been fine. I guess I couldn't have done the burst to escape. All right, I'll remember that for the next thing. I was about to say, wait, these guys seem really easy. I forgot to check this stuff under the flavor text. All right, but whenever you enter into a space adjacent to this monster or it enters a space adjacent to you, suffer chip 1. Chip 1 means you take 1 damage, but it can't kill you. So if you have only 1 life, then you ignore it. And oh, he's got much more variety in his attacks. So roll out. He's doing his Optimus impression there. So he moves up really far, advances up to 3. So he advances just until he can hit you. Does 5 damage, but kind of slow. Vile Miasma just hits every range for 4, but he's got 0 priority and 0 guard. So if you just smack him, then he'll be stunned. Congeal, sounds lovely. He's got armor 2, which applies immediately, not on his priority, and then he advances up to 2 to hit you. And Slime Launch, 6 damage and 6 priority, but only at range 1, so I don't want to be next to him, ideally. Okay. And here I'm going to borrow standees from other characters for these extra types of people. So K is kind of a slimy character anyway. We'll put him in there. And the Wisps can still be our good friends, the zombies. All right, so the Ooze is pretty far away from us. but he never has any guard. He has 2 armor sometimes, and the Wisps are so easy for them to miss us. I think I should actually focus fully on him. And what I think makes the most sense, I mean, kind of obviously, is just to cannon the first turn, kill one of the Wisps so I don't have to dodge 2 different ranges every turn, and then stun this guy because the only attack that's faster than 4 is his slime launch, where he has to be at range 1 already. Now, finally, damage actually matters. Can I squeak out any more damage? Well, your Pharaoh's pretty solid. It gives me a ton of movement. Oh, crud. No, if I move before I attack, then I won't kill the Wisp. Never mind. So here, well, let's do a duel where we can place Jaeger wherever we want, and we'll get some bonus damage on the slime. I like that. All right, so, that Wisp is actually going to hit me, but Cannon lets me advance or retreat once, so I'll be fine. And this guy got a 5. Oh, that's annoying. He got his armor 1, so I am going to hit him and stun him, but he'll take 2 less damage. Okay, and then this Wisp is attacking 4. Oh, he'll be dead. Never mind. All right, so I go first. Cannon. And I'm doing 4 damage minus 2 armor. So the Vile Ooze has 12 life left. You know what, here? He's the only guy who actually has, a larger life pool. Let's keep it over there for now. Okay, then I could advance or retreat 1. I'd like to be able to do a melee attack on that guy, maybe. So let's go ahead and advance 1. And then I wasn't stunned, so during cleanup, I'll get Jaeger right on his space for some of those attacks and abilities that like you to have the guy on him. All right, we get another force. And let's just try to smack this guy. I could do drive, which has me advance 1 to 2, so I could get right on his face. Ooh, how about this? Look, I can do strike, where I attack from my wolf space. I'll do 4 damage, but since he's on Jaeger, I'll do 6 damage with 4 priorities. So it'll be faster than everything except his slime launch, where he has to be adjacent to me to attack. So yeah, this seems excellent. And I still shouldn't need to spend any force or anything. I haven't mentioned, by the way, besides force being used to pay for these tiles, if you have a force equal to or greater than your current health, which clearly isn't going to happen very often in a dungeon like this until the end, you can use your character's finisher, which is like a super attack. But yeah, again, that's not going to come up unless I just somehow get hurt way, way more than I am right now. All right, now the one potentially negative thing here is that I do have no movement in my cards. So if the Wisp gets lucky and gets a 3, he didn't, I'll get hit. And the Ooze got a 1, which means he's going to priority 2, and he would have advanced up to 3 and then hit me for 5. Good thing that I'm faster than him and stunning him. So Jaeger rips into him for 6 damage, so he's only got 6 life left. Heck yeah. All right, so he's stunned. This guy misses me. And then I am going to have Jaeger go behind him because I have another card that does bonus damage in that particular case, and maybe we can finish this Ooze off and then focus on our last slime. Because by then I'll have Cannon cycled back through, so that'll be great. Actually, wait. Ooh, this is better. I'm going to leave Jaeger on his spot, because remember, it's optional whether I move him. I'm going to use her unique base. So, like I said, characters have a unique base. This one's Claw. It's range 1 to 2. Before you attack, you advance 1 to 2 spaces. It only does 2 power, but you can shift Jaeger 1 space, and you get plus 2 power if you left the opponent's space. And then where was the thing I wanted to use? Full Moon. On a hit, I get plus 2 power if Jaeger's behind the opponent, and I get to resolve hit powers in the order I want. So I can get plus 2 power for leaving the guy's space, move behind him, and then get plus 2 more power. So that's 4 power, 5 priority, and I think, and 1 range, or well, actually 1 to 3 range. So this guy should be dead no matter what he draws. And I have some nice movement in case the Wisp gets lucky. 3, which is my space, so that's good. I'll be getting out of there. And the slime got a 4, which is Vile Miasma. So yeah, 0 priority, 0 guard. He's dead. Now, I can't forget if I move next to him, I get chipped 1 damage. So start optional, teleport to Jaeger. No. Before I have to advance 1 to 2. Anything that's not optional, you must do. So I'll just advance 1. So I'm out of the Ooze's range, or sorry, the Wisp's range, but I didn't get next to the Ooze for the 1 damage. Okay, then I'm in range. I hit. So first I'm going to shift Jaeger 1, plus 2 power. Then he's behind him, plus 2 power. 6 power. Dead. Get out of here, Ooze. Yeah, Karen, don't mess around, y'all. Let's move Jaeger back towards the other guy. But I think I'm just going to do a cannon. So we don't even really need to play it out. He's dead. Oh, which is nice. Now we clear the room in 10 beats or less, so they will start with 3 fewer hit points in the next room. And I think it is the last room before the boss with the branching path we took. Yes, I'm right. Okay, so we're going to face off against 2 imps and a werewolf. But look, this room is cleared when the werewolf is defeated. Whenever an imp is defeated, spawn a new imp in the furthest unoccupied space from your current space. So the werewolf is the main event here. Imps just get in the way. How's werewolf looking? Also 12 hit points, plus 2 power for the rest of the duel when another werewolf is defeated. Which there is a room where there's 2 werewolves, so here that won't matter. But what's he got? Crossover, close 8, then advance 1. So he's again going to be, and he's pretty fast. Wall leap, retreat as far as possible at the start. So before I even get to like do my stuff. And then advance up to 4 to attack. That's pretty nasty. Counter claw, armor 3 and +4 power if they took damage. So if I attack them first and then they hit, that's bad. And then regeneration, regain 4 life and +2 power on the next beat, on the next round. Okay, those are all annoying. Now, the weird thing is, give monsters in the next room 3 less starting hit points. Imps only have 3 hit points, so I think it's just me and the werewolf? I guess that's the intent, but man, again, this is like the tutorial dungeon. I just wanted to show it to you because it's quick, but maybe I made my things a little bit too easy. I'm about to fight the boss, though. She's nastier. All right, here we go. Yeah, we're just going to say there's only one werewolf. And hey, we're werewolves, buddy. What are you doing? Don't listen to this ghost. Be with your buddies. All right, so what are the most dangerous results for me? If I'm just 4 or faster, I can take care of crossover. If I'm 4 or faster, but if he wall leaps, well, I'm 4 or faster with range, then that won't matter because he'll retreat and then I'll still shoot him. So like the cannon might be a good option to start with. Counter claw is fine as long as I'm not within range 1 to 2. It doesn't have any inherent movement. Although it does suck if he has a lot of armor. And regeneration also I don't really care about. So yeah, as long as I can hit him far enough from where he is to counter wall leap and go speed 4 faster, I should be able to contain this guy. So with that in mind, let's use our old standby. Where is it? And start with the cannon. And I actually want to get closer to this guy so I can shut down that wall leap and not let him like get out of my range. So I'm going to use Feral to give me a free advance at the start of my attack since now he's not a wisp and I don't care. All right, he's getting 5, which is the counter claw. Oh, it's fine because I have to retreat 2 when I hit. All right, so I'm going to advance the max 1 to 2 from the Feral. Then, counter claw is only 1 priority, but it's 1 to 2 range. He has armor. This all sucks. He has guard, and he does extra damage if I hit him. So I attack for 3. Oh, and he's got 3 armor. So I literally do nothing, but the hit effects still apply. So I have to retreat 2, and then I can, after the entire strike, advance or retreat 1. I'll advance because I'm still out of his range. Oh, and then I could, at the end, optionally advance or retreat 1. That's after his attack, so I will do that. So he tries to counterclaw me at range 1 to 2. Then, for free at the end of the round, I move him up, and I'll do my optional advance or retreat. Okay, and let's hope he doesn't get another counterclaw, because that was annoying, and we can actually hit this guy hard. All right, I think I've got a good combo for this turn. Look, Howling and Claw. Howling's the one where Jaeger's the one who's attacking, with 0 to 2 range, which would mean even if he wall leaps over to here, Jaeger can still get him. It's very fast, 5 priority. And then if the opponent's on Jaeger, and if I shift Jaeger to leave the opponent's space, that's plus 4 power total. So if he doesn't do the wall leap and get out of the way, I'll do 6 damage. If he does, I'll still stun him. I like that. Oh, I got another force. Let's see how it goes. And it's a 5. Crud. Was that the armor one again? Yeah, it's the stupid counter. Oh, man. How's this going to go? He's got 3 guard and 3 armor. So if I'm only doing 6, only 6. 6 is a lot of damage. But if I'm doing 6, he's still going to be ready for me. Oh, shoot. I have to advance. So yeah, he's going to smack me pretty hard, y'all. So I advance 1 to 2. I'm forced to. And then Jaeger attacks on his space for +2. And then shifts to leave his space for +2. So I'm doing 6 damage. Only 3 gets through. All right, so this dude's still got 9 life left. And then he's like, is that all you got? I should have paid 2 priority for +1 power. He's going to hit me for 7, 3 + 4 if I took damage. Or if he took damage, sorry. So, oof. Okay, that was a real hit, Werewolf. Don't do that again. But it's fine. Shake it off. He can't keep doing that. I mean, he could, theoretically. It's always a, what is it? It's only a 5, man. It's only a 5. It's a 1/6 chance. Don't give me the counter claw again, please. And I did a claw. We can't all claw each other. We're werewolves. We got to have werewolf solidarity here. By the way, some bases you haven't seen. Dodge just lets you jump around. You start by advancing or retreating 1 to 3, and if you go past the opponent, then they don't hit you, so it kind of cancels their stuff. But no, we're gonna mess him up. Where's that thing that does bonus damage when he's behind him? Here we go. All right. Full Moon is going to do +2 damage, and I'm a little faster. And I can swap spaces with Jaeger and teleport if he does a wall jump. So I can do like a fast range 1 thing. Strike, that's 4 priority. Is that fast enough? Yes, that is as fast as anything he can do, maximizing my damage. Now, do I want to do anything in case he does the stupid count? No, he's not going to do the counter call again. 1/6 chance. We're good. We're just letting this ride. And, it's a 6. So he's going to regenerate. Oh, but no, he's not. I'm going to hit him and he has 0 guard. There we go. That's what I like to see. All right, so I'm not going to teleport to Jaeger. I'm not getting hit for armor, so I'm just doing +2 power because he's behind him, so 6. Oof, now he's down to 3. How you feeling, buddy? And then I guess I'll put Jaeger on his spot. All right, so this should be the last beat, right? Well, I guess unless he does a stupid counter call. But look, I can do cannon, with the ability to advance, because right now I'm not actually in range, but like that way if he does the wall leap, I should be good. And what the hey, let's go ahead and power up for 2 force. I don't think I need anything else. So I believe, unless he gets that 5 again, that I've killed him. He got a 3. Okay, there it is, the wall leap. So before anything happens, he's going to retreat as far as possible. So boop. And then I also, actually, this would have been, oh, wait, hold on. So this is a little different. Shoot, did I mess up? I have to advance 1 to 2 at the start. So I'm going here, and then he retreats as far as possible. 2, 4, 6. Gosh darn it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No! So I don't hit him. Okay, but he doesn't hit me. And then he has to move up to 4 after my attack, and they just go the maximum, and they're trying to get in range, but here it doesn't really matter. And then end, optionally I can advance or retreat 1. Man, I don't know. I guess I'll advance 1, and I'll send Jaeger onto his space. That sucked. Dude just like Vega'd his way out of that attack and jumped off the wall. All right, let's do a drive. Charge him and murder him, right? He's not going to do another, well, I guess he could do another wall leap, but hopefully he won't. Weird, but you do coordinated. If he happens to do a wall leap, like leap around and then charge at me again, he'll land on Jaeger's space, take some damage. I'll have some armor. That'll at least be better. 4 priority, yep, that's enough. Can you do something basic like yes, there we go, crossover. So speed 4, he's going to close 8, then advance 1. But no, he's not, because he's dead. Because I'm hitting him for 3. Oh, I guess I should give myself more power or something. Yeah, I'm advancing 1 to 2, and then I'm murdering him. Bye. All right, with that, we've made it to the boss. Only 7 life down after that one nasty werewolf hit. And man, if we had imps in there respawning the entire time, which, again, it seems like I shouldn't have, but maybe, then that would have been really tough. But yes, now we're doing the boss, Baroness Ancella's sarcophagus. The floor is given away in some places. Black spaces may not be entered. Red tiles can be moved on like regular tiles. I'm going to actually flip the board, because the standard fighting side of the board is 7 spaces like this. All right, and the blood is marking the red tiles. And do they matter? Oh man, you know they do. So look, Ancella's ghost has 22 hit points. When the monster is on a red space, they avoid attacks from players not on red spaces. And if you're on a yellow space, they avoid attacks from not yellow spaces. So I need to be on the same type of space that she is to hit her. And then she does 6 different things. It's more like a real fight with lots of variety. Okay, so she wails, ignoring guard, and then retreats 1 after, at 4 priority, though, so I can probably just hit her, although she has a ton of guard. Enervation, before her attack, she teleports to the red space furthest from the opponent, and then the opponent has -2 power next speed if I got hurt by it, although no guard, so if I can just hit them. Living Death, advance until the opponent's in range. And then look, Scream is 8 priority, ignore guard, and then after the attack, place a Wisp in the furthest unoccupied space on the board, so she summons people. Phantasm, advance until you are on a different color space than the opponent, which is, and that's start. So I need to, the key thing is, and this, Karen's actually pretty good at this, I need to have like optional movement whenever possible, like advance 1 to 2, retreat 1 to 2, so that I can just make sure that she's going to stay in range I can reach. Soul Rip, X is the type of colored space you are not on. So if she's on red, she attacks yellow. If she's on yellow, she attacks red. And it's fast and it hits really hard. Wow. All right, here we go. We're ready. I probably should have her life up here, right? Okay, so she's got her 22, and I got 33. I'm better than you. So she's on red currently. So if I do a fast attack, as long as I move forward, I should be okay, which means my cannon's pretty much out. Claw would work pretty well with it. It's advanced and it's decent range, although I'd really want Jaeger to be on her space first for maximum damage from that. What about Drive? It lets me advance 1 to 2. If she attacks really quickly, I'll get some armor from Jaeger. I can teleport to Jaeger if I need to, if the color is going to be off. It gives me 2 range instead of 1. Yeah, I'm not going to get the bonus damage probably, but all of that sounds pretty good. Now that's 5 priority. If she screams, I won't have any armor. And if she does a soul rip, then she will get me. Yeah, shoot. Well, it's only that's a 1/3 chance of either of those. I could spend both my force for a little bit of guard, but I don't think there's a key enough beat yet. Nope, but she's doing 1. What was 1? So it's priority 4. She's attacking range 1 to 4, ignoring guard, and then she retreats 1 afterwards. So she is going to get me. I don't think there's anything I can do about that. And sadly, I'm not going to be able to get my armor, because look, if I only advance 1 to keep Jaeger between us, I can't hit with my 2 range. So I have to go right onto him, but I am on a red space, and so is she. So I'm hitting for 3. I'm not getting bonus power for him being behind. I could have teleported. I didn't want to. But hey, I got her down to 19, kind of a ho-hum turn regardless. But that's not enough damage to stun her, so she hits me for 3 damage, which does stun me, so I can't move Jaeger, and then she retreats 1. All right, so I'm down to 30, and she's still on red. Interesting. All right, so what do I want to do now? She is very unlikely to get to a white space or a yellow space this turn, right? So this seems like a solid turn to do a cannon. It's got such good guard. I just want to kind of use it whenever I can, even though it's not as good against a single target like this. And then maybe I'll do duel to have even more guard, hit her a little harder. I don't have any movement if she like jumps around, but then I can also place Jaeger wherever I want and get him in a better position. All right, and I am faster than everything she could do except for one thing, so I think I should be okay. What's a 3? Living, dang it, she has guard again. So living death. Oh, she advances until the opponent's in range 2 to 3. That part should be fine. Hitting me for 4 with 3 priority. So advance until the opponent's in range. I'm already in range. I don't think she's going to advance at all. I hit her for 4, so she's down to 15. But I don't stun her. Ooh, I can advance or retreat 1, so I'm not in range anymore. Heck yeah. Oh, and sorry, I could have placed Jaeger in an occupied space. I'll put it right next to her. Yeah, so she misses with her 4 damage attack, and since I can get stunned, I will put Jaeger right on her space for shenanigans later. That's what I'm talking about, although that was my cannon. So, of course, it was good. Best card in my deck. All right, she's still on red. We're keeping her penned in a bit, but I'm really far away. Where's my attack from? Yes, attack from Jaeger. Ooh, and if opponent's on Jaeger +2. Shift 1 if Jaeger leaves the opponent, and I can advance 1 to 2. This seems great. Yeah, let's try the Howling Claw. I know I did that once before against the Werewolf. I don't think it worked very well that time, but it's going to work great this time. At least that's what I'm telling myself. She got a 5. Phantasm. Oh, at the start, advance until you're on a different color shoot. Well, this clearly isn't going to work out for me, is it? So until she's on a different color space than the opponent, right here. But Jaeger does not come with her. And that was a start effect, then I go before her. I can advance 1 to 2. Shoot, that's not going to help me in any way. I guess I'll just go 1. I don't know. Then I can't hit her from Jaeger because, I mean, neither of us is on a yellow, but I think technically he's the one who would need to be on the same space as her. So I get any of these cool hit powers for bonus damage. And then she smacks me for 4. Not much I could have done to avoid that. But I'm not stunned because I have stun immunity, so let's go and put Jaeger on her again, I guess. Oh, crap, man, now I'm on the wrong color. Well, this seems like a good time to use burst, right? I can retreat 1 to 2, so I can go here if she's going to do something that leaves her on red, or here if she's going to stay on yellow. I like that. But actually, I'm realizing Jaeger is like kind of terrible in all those spots. I'm actually going to use a switch, which just gets... Oh, I should have gotten a force. It just gets you an extra force at the end of the round. It also lets you switch which finisher you're going to use. But if you have a force greater than or equal to your life, then when you use switch, you actually attack with the finisher. So that's kind of like the secret way to trigger it. But yeah, here, let's get some extra force. Gosh, I'm slow. When I have no guard, this is not going to go well. All her attacks are like crazy good at range. Some range everything. Well, here, I don't know. Let's spend 2 force to get some defense in case she does one of like her really weak attacks. I think it's going to be a terrible beat for me. I should really do something else, but I'm not sure what. All right, there's like a few things she can do that won't be too bad. 6, what's that? Oh, God, Soul Rip. X range is any type of space you're not on. Oh, that's me. Oh, I get to retreat. Oh, thank God. This is going to actually be great. So yeah, she would have attack for 7 damage, priority 6, but start abilities happen before any of that. So boop, boop. Now she's not soul ripping me because she hit all these red spaces, and I get to smack her back at range 3 for 3 damage. That worked out perfectly. I was sweating for a second there. She's at 12. I'm at 26. So I'm definitely keeping up and getting ahead in pacing. That's right, I get an extra force, and then another one for the round ending, so I think I have 5. Did I give myself an extra one by accident there? And where do I want to put Jaeger? Ooh, actually, look at duel. Before, place Jaeger in an unoccupied space, push or pull the opponent to Jaeger space if they were on Jaeger before this move. So if they don't, like, run away, and I got my cannon back, I don't really want a cannon yet. Or maybe I do. Wait a second, if I push or pull the Jaeger space, I don't necessarily want to do that, because then I'd pretty much have to put him on a red spot. Unless I do like a 1 range attack and like smack him right here. See, what about strike? It's only 3 priority. I can boost it with some force. So let's try this. I got a lot of guard in case like she hits me first or something. And yeah, I'm gonna get +2 priority. None of this might work out, but we'll see what happens. All right, and she's doing 3. I think we had that before. Living Death. Advance until the opponent's in range or range 3. Once again, they're not moving at all, so that worked out perfectly. Oh, and then they don't have range 1. Oh, this is great. So I have 3 priority, and so do... Oh, no, I have 5. They have 3, but I would have won the tie anyway. So I go ahead and move Jaeger to here, box him in, move me right next to him. They have range 2 to 3, so they're going to miss me, and I'm hitting them for 5. Ooh, they're down to 7 now. Yeah, that was big. That was big. We have got them on the ropes now. And here, you know what? It'll work out better this time. I guarantee it. Not really. But let's do our Howling Claw again. We just got it back. Stun immunity. Attacking from Jaeger's space. +4 power if everything works out. fast enough unless she does something dumb. I mean, she can totally counter this, but she has to get lucky. If not, she will be on the... Actually, let's not get her on the verge of death. Let's spend 2 and get her dead if we hit her. All right, don't whammy me. What's 1? Whale. Okay, it's great for priority, right? We're 5. Yep, we're good. So we do 2. We're checking range from Jaeger. If she's on Jaeger, 4. +1 from the power-up, 5. I'll shift him 1, and if he left the opponent's base, 7. Oh, before advance 1 and 2, but I can't, so that's okay. So there we go, playing the easiest dungeon of all with using all the gold, because they said to make this one harder, don't use as much gold. So it could have had way less life from the armor I bought. I wouldn't have had the cannon if I hadn't bought that. But that was the easiest solo adventure in the BattleQuest mode in Devastation of Indines. It is only in Devastation, although you can use characters from other sets. And then here's a 2-fight. I'll just kind of show you the other options. You got a 2-fighter tag team thing where you switch between 2 characters. This one's a 3-fighter tag team where you switch between 3 and then eventually they like split up. And it's a lot more complicated. You can see some of these get pretty long. There's a 2-player team dungeon where you work together, like you're on there at the same time, a 3-player team dungeon, and a 4-player team dungeon. So they really cover their bases with modes to play. But I hope you all enjoyed that. I'm actually going to have a review of BattleCon since this solo co-op mode kind of justifies it, and I've never touched this one in a little while whenever I get to it. But hope you enjoyed this. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our biggest Patreon supporters, J. William F., Pedro Lucas, Miles, Wayne Scott, Steve Wren, and Casey W. We'll see you at the next stop.